Hey guys, so it is long overdue for another life update, and I hope to be getting back to doing some vlogging here soon, but let me see if I can get my curtain out of the way. So much has been happening in our life, and it has just been a season where you feel like you're out in the ocean and the waves just keep coming down, and the second that you get your head above water, something else comes and swoops in and pushes you back underwater. And I know you guys have probably been through seasons like that. I'm pretty sure we're going through some pretty intense spiritual warfare. It just feels like everything is kind of just crashing down. So I'm just trying to keep my head above water right now. So first of all, I want to say thank you guys for all of your thoughts and prayers and cards and donations and everything that you guys have done for us in the past few weeks. Have been mind-blowing, the kind of support that you have poured on top of our family in really a time of crisis, and I just cannot thank you guys enough for that. It has really, I'm gonna really try not to cry or anything in this video, but it has just been amazing. It's been amazing, and I just thank God for that. I know that that is God's provision and the Holy Spirit just orchestrating things to provide for our family. So I just give all praise and glory and honor to Him. But I do thank you guys, and I appreciate you so very much. You have no idea. We have also been dealing with a lot of illness. So after little Jimmy's passing, our family came down with a stomach flu, and we were either all dealing with some type of vomiting or diarrhea or just nausea, not feeling well. Mason was vomiting for 4 straight days and could not get off the couch. So homeschooling stopped completely for the past 2 weeks. Let's see, what's today? February the 17th, I believe, and I don't think we've homeschooled really. Yeah, so for 2.5, going on 3 weeks. So that's stressful to me because I know that we're getting further and further behind. I hear some noises downstairs. I have myself locked in the bedroom, so we'll see how long this lasts. So anyway, stomach viruses, getting more behind in homeschooling, dealing with the death of a family member was just intense. And then after everybody kind of got that out of their system, or not even completely, Maddie was having a lot of issues with her stomach. We were up all night. I believe it was the night of before Valentine's Day. I was up all night long with her. She was screaming in pain with her tooth. We knew that she had a cavity in her left. It was her upper left molar. And we had taken her in for a crown several months back, and because of her behavior, the dentist would not do it. So what they did was they put the Silvadene treatment on it, which basically turns the entire tooth black and kills the root, or I don't think it kills the root, but it basically stops the progression of the cavity. That's what I understand it to be, so that it doesn't continue to get worse, and it's basically kind of like a temporary fix. So that's where we were with that, and then until a few days ago when she was having just horrible pain. So then we called the dentist. She called in diazepam to try to see her in the office again. The diazepam is like a benzodiazepine that's just supposed to like calm her. So because of her severe dental anxiety, she refused the medication. It was so bad, guys. She spit it out. We were holding her down to try and get her to take it, and she spit it all back out and it was just really a hard day. This was on Valentine's Day, so it was really a tough day. So she refused to go into the dentist. The dentist was completely not tolerant of her at all and said that if she was not going to cooperate, then we would have to find some other place to have her treated. which is ultimately what we decided to do, but we could not see another dentist until the following day. So that night we were up again all night long with her screaming in pain, alternating Tylenol, Motrin. In the middle of the night, around 2:30 or so, I got up to give her Tylenol and noticed that her face was starting to swell, which I immediately knew was she has infection and she's abscessing. So I went back and laid back down. I could not go back to sleep because I was so worried about her. And at 4:30, when I got back up out of the bed to try and get her something else for pain, I noticed her face was literally triple in size. It was huge. So I stayed out of the bed, went ahead and got ready. I was emailing dentists, calling emergency lines, just trying everything that I knew to do. I was about to take her to the ER, but I decided to hold off and go to a dentist's office that had been recommended to us. So we got her there. I left the house at 7:30. We got her there right at 8. The dentist definitely said that she needed IV antibiotics and so that we would need to go to the hospital. So we went to the hospital for IV antibiotics, and she did get that done there. And we were discharged. I wasn't exactly thrilled with the treatment that we got there. The doctor was very, seemed like he wasn't all that involved in the care. He never came back in after the antibiotics to see how she was doing. By the time we were discharged, she had started a fever, which she did not have when we got there. And that was it. So we left and we went home. And she went to sleep for a couple of hours. I took a little bit of a nap, and when we both woke up, her fever was about 101.5. She was even more swollen, and then her eye was turning blue around her eye. So I called the dentist that we had seen that morning. He asked me to text him pictures of her face. He was not happy at all with the care that we got at the hospital. He was very, very unimpressed. He said that that was not appropriate treatment for her. So he in turn got in contact with an oral surgeon who took a look at her pictures. He consulted with him, called us back, and said that we would need to take her down to one of the main hospitals in Charlotte, and their group would be on call. So she would be admitted and would be receiving IV antibiotics and more than likely surgery. So as you guys can imagine, I was just completely panicked, running around crazy, just panicked, just complete and utter panic, because she was so sick, and I knew that if she had that much infection in her face, it could turn bad really quickly because it was progressing so fast. Over the course of just a few hours, her entire face, the left side of her face was red, swollen, becoming bruised. It was just, her temperature was going up, and so we were all pretty concerned about her. So we got to the hospital. We waited for hours to finally see a doctor. It was after 10 o'clock by that time before we even got to see a doctor. And after we did talk to him in the emergency room, he was great, actually. He was 100%, we got to get this taken care of as soon as possible. And around 12:30, I believe it was, midnight or 12:30, we were finally admitted, got a room, and we're trying to get settled in at around 1:30. We finally turned the lights off and tried to get some sleep. So our room was right beside some automatic hospital doors. You guys know they like badge in and the hospital doors open in the hallways. So all night long we heard these doors slamming. So I was up again all night long. It was just horrible. So I was up all night. Maddie was obviously getting IVs and vital signs all night long, and Jimmy did end up spending the night with us, even though he was facing some pretty rough situations with his job, and it always seems to just pile on. So he was dealing with a lot of work stress. We were dealing with Maddie's, health issue. It was just really incredibly stressful, and I started just praying nonstop, like, God, what are you trying to teach me here? Because I feel broken, like I feel completely broken. I feel like I can't take anymore. So we made it through the night. They came and got her around 10 and took her down to preoperative for some more medications and just like pre-op stuff. And then she went back into surgery at noon. So they removed the tooth, they drained the abscess, and okay, so I got a phone call and got interrupted. And here's the pretty girl now. Show everybody your face, looking so pretty.
Look at my tooth.
Well, they probably can't see it, baby. Your tongue is red. And she's been putting some makeup on, but hang on. Yeah.
Okay, so still there.
So anyway, she's looking so much better. They took the tooth out, they drained the abscess, and while Jimmy and I were waiting in the surgical waiting, they took her back. It was not pleasant. They'd given her Versed to really calm her down, but it did not really kick in. She's a very
brave girl.
She's a very brave girl. Yes, you are. She's a very brave girl. But she was crying for her mommy because she didn't want to go, weren't you?
Yeah.
You crying? And so we got back to surgical waiting. I was a complete wreck, crying my eyes out. And literally, as soon as we got back there, it had been 10 minutes, and over the intercom, they called a code blue, which got me so shook up, and I was panicking. And then about 10 minutes later, the lady came walking towards us looking kind of panicked, and so again my heart went into my stomach, and she asked, are you Madeline Overland's parents? And we said yes, and she said, well, everything went great. They did it super quickly, and she's in recovery, and we'll take you guys back once she starts to wake up. So I was so relieved, guys. God was so good to be with us and just comfort us, and it was just a stressful time. And once we got up there, she was hysterically crying for her mommy and daddy because she wanted them, right?
And this part of the credit card is broken.
Yeah, a little bit, huh?
Uh-huh.
So she was really, really upset. She was crying, which is pretty normal after anesthesia. But by the time we got there and held her for a while, she got calmed down, and they gave her some pain medicine because she was screaming that she was in pain. But she got calmed down. Everything was good. And then about an hour or two later, we were discharged from the hospital. And by the time we got home last night, I was so exhausted, so emotional, and just dealing with so much. Oh, one more thing. I got a phone call from work yesterday on our way home, and so some issues with me having to miss so many days here lately. So obviously I've got issues now with my work, and that just almost put me over the edge. So
Who wasn't while you at work at phone call?
yeah, somebody from my work called me. So anyway, guys, just continue to keep us in your prayers. It's been really, really a test of faith, endurance. It has just been, you're just walking through the storm, you're just walking through a storm, and sometimes it's really hard to see the light when you feel like it just does not stop. It's just been really tough. It seems like there are times in my life where I say, God, why is everything collapsing? You feel like everything is just falling in on top of you and you can't breathe. But I do know that it's a season. I know that the Lord is with us. He's always with us. He never leaves us. He doesn't forsake us.
Hey, and God's with us.
God is with us. And if
And
it were
Jesus.
not for Him,
And Jesus.
I have no idea how we would have made it through the past couple of weeks.
Hey, and we're going somewhere with Disney and Ella and Christopher.
So, anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys, we are alive, and we are here, and we are just trying to get back on our feet.
Can't see.
I just want a routine. I just want our normal routine in life kind of to get back on track. And I don't think we're there yet, but we're getting there. And I'm just really, really, really dying to get back to YouTube. And I'm excited to continue to share our lives with you guys and to share what the Lord is doing in our hearts. And and anyway, so that's it. I just wanted to say hi. I wanted to give you guys just a little update. And there's some other things that are getting ready to happen that you will find out about pretty soon. So we've got some more things to reveal to you guys. So be on the lookout for that. I can't wait to see you guys in the comments.
Mommy.
Talk to you soon. Okay,
I have one more question.
Okay, she has one more question.
And our dog named Belle, she go out and we brought her home from the pet store. And we supposed to bring her home, but the doctor let us. But we have 2 leashes for Belle until she lost her other collar.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to tell them bye?
But yeah, bye guys. Love you.
Oh, she gave you a hug.
And a kissy.
And a kiss. Bye, guys.